a lot of people see holding a grudge as a bad thing. And firstly, let's define what does it mean. What does it mean to hold a grudge? Holding a grudge usually means that a person has been treated badly and they are refusing to treat the person who treated them badly nicely. Because why would they? But in our society, it is often penalized if you hold a grudge or if you remember what has been done to you and refuse to accept bad behavior, or if you put responsibility for bad behavior where it belongs. That's not acceptable in our society because it's not useful to people who abuse or mistreat other people. Often people say to other people that, and this is a manipulation tactic, but people say to other people that, oh, you just can't let go. You just can't move on. You have this anger in your heart that eats you alive and you are just miserable and unhappy because you feel something like anger, which is maybe unpleasant but very necessary to protect yourself. And I go into that a little bit later, but if you do that, people get very judgmental. If you are judgmental, you see a problem here. Like if you estimate and evaluate and hold other people accountable, then other people get upset and estimate you and judge you and hold you accountable for doing the same thing to them. It doesn't work, but that's how manipulation is. It only applies to you. So if you are holding a grudge, then most likely than not, you will be ostracized or attacked or misunderstood or invalidated, and you would be pushed towards nice behavior. And this is quite insane and unhealthy, and I'll explain why. So imagine you go into a forest and there's a tiger or a bear there, and you say, holy shit, there's a bear, I have to run away. And then you run away successfully, hopefully, and then the next day you come back and you act as if nothing happened. The same forest, the same place, and you just walk there and without any conscious evaluation that there might be the same bear or a tiger there. Why would you do that? Why would you erase that incident from your mind? Why would you not refer to that and say that, okay, maybe I must be careful, or maybe I must be aware that there's this dangerous animal there? Why would you just go there and pretend that nothing happened? It's dangerous. Why would you not recognize that? Why would you not register that as such? So if we accept that a healthy thing would be to recognize that and accept that and perceive it as such and act accordingly and protect yourself and be aware of that, it must mean that we have to apply the same thing to our social situations, because why not? Why wouldn't we do that? So if we apply the same thing to our social situations and social relationships, we have to accept that some people may treat us fairly. Some people, most people, are not very healthy, and they have boundaries that are not very healthy. And they will violate your boundaries or try to manipulate you or whatever. Just act in a way that is not healthy. Or plainly try to abuse you in some very obvious form. So if this happens, you have to register that and address it as such and protect yourself from these people. And you might feel anger, you might feel some other emotion that sometimes is not very pleasant, but it's there for a reason. If you go into a forest, you might feel fear, and then you want to run away from the bear, which is fair. Or if it's a smaller danger, you might fight the thing. So it's fight or flight. But either fear or anger, it's telling you something. These emotions are telling you that there's danger, that you have to be aware and protect yourself. So if you treat somebody who is treating you badly nicely, you are not acting in a healthy way. You are putting yourself in harm. And there will be plenty of people who will tell you that that's how you have to act. That's how nice people act. They just forgive and forget, and you have to have forgiveness in your heart. And I'm not even going to talk about forgiveness here because I have an article on that, and if you're interested, you can read it later. But assuming a person didn't do anything, didn't address the problem, didn't change their behavior, didn't try to make restitution with you, and none of this happened, why would you treat them as you would treat somebody who treats you nicely? It's unfair to them and it's unfair to yourself. It's a bad, inconsistent standard. So be aware of that and embrace your anger, embrace your fear, embrace all of your emotions, and try to be conscious of what you're doing and what's happening in a relationship and adjust accordingly.